Oh, hello there. Today I'm bringing you some Browser Beasts, a series highlighting browser games I've enjoyed recently and that I've discovered recently. I hope you enjoy. Now the first one is a racing game that I had not heard of before now. Formula 1 is an online top-down racing game which you play online against other people. The racing in itself is pretty decent. It will probably give you some enjoyment for a little while if you're a fan of the racing genre in general, but you will get tired of it eventually. If you want a completely fair experience, this isn't one for you. There are some RPG elements involved where you upgrade your vehicle parts, so you will occasionally be going up against other people that straight up have better cars than you have. There's also all kinds of cosmetic choices for your car and your driver, etc. F1 Online is a reasonable 2D racer available for free. If you want a fix of racing and don't have money to spend on something big, you might enjoy this for a while. I did, however, put this out first to get rid of it, as I know it's definitely not for everyone. The next game I have to show you is Sheepwalk. Sheepwalk is a short game which I guess can be described as an action puzzler. You play as a sheepdog from a top-down perspective in the goal of getting a group of sheep into a pen. The game has excellent pacing, adding new elements the whole way through. Eventually there are multiple kinds of sheep, as well as multiple environmental hazards you have to watch out for. The puzzles are my kind of puzzles in that they are not super difficult, and can be figured out rather quickly. The levels give you a score based on how quickly you complete them, as well as how many hearts you have left at the end of the level. You lose a heart every time you lose a sheep, or if you hit a barbed wire fence or something that will hurt. The scores add up to a final score in the end, and this I think leads to some replayability. I can easily see myself giving the game another playthrough sometime to try and complete the levels better than I did. I have to recommend you play this game. I can't think of anything terrible to say about it. It should only take you a half hour to play, and it's fun as hell. Here's another game that is definitely not for everyone, but I think it was pretty cool. Crown of Conquest is an online party-based RPG with some pretty other meta shit that's going on. You start out playing what is, as mentioned, a party-based RPG. You go to the site, you register quickly, and then you create your party of 5 characters. You'll start out in a town with some shops to find equipment, and some sewers to train your combat skills in. If you look at the town's description, you'll see what I mean by meta shit. Apparently, the town is owned and operated by another player. It's pretty cool. There are more MMO elements thrown in, but unless I'm missing something, the gameplay itself is mostly single player. At least for the beginning, at least for a while. The last part may just be due to the fact that not many people are playing it right now, but forgetting that part, it's a pretty cool RPG. It certainly isn't graphically amazing, and a lot of things, including combat, are completely text-based. This I don't mind at all personally, because I have played a lot of pure text games, and games like this in the past, and I've loved them. My experience so far is just buying some items, going into the wild to kill a few things, and watching my whole party die horribly. But that's beside the point. The game is a pretty good open-world party-based RPG, especially for a free browser-based game. It also seems to have some potential for some pretty cool meta-political stuff, if you really get into it, and if that's your kind of thing. The fourth game on the list is a platformer by the name of Deepak Fights Robots. Its creators describe it as a psychedelic arcade experience, and it fits that bill pretty perfectly. The basic idea of it is simple. You enter a level, your goal is to collect some objects to complete it while avoiding robots out to get you. At the end of the level, you go all Super Saiyan and crush robots that were hunting you. Now take that whole basic idea and throw in a whole bunch of crazy shit at it. You'll have random animals, food items, etc. thrown onto your screen for no particular reason. You'll have friendly dialogue with those robots that are trying to kill you, and then to top it off, the game has a perfect art style and music to go along with all of this craziness. I think you'll enjoy this game if you get enjoyment from, say, like randomness and things. If not, you might still like it, but I don't think nearly as much. Some people don't dig that kind of thing. I say I do occasionally, depending on my mood. It's a really fun game. As well as being available online, there's actually a paid downloadable version with extra features, but a full 180 levels are available online for free, and I think you should go check it out. Maybe give the dev the money for the paid version if you really enjoy it, and play the whole thing. And now for my personal favorite of the week. Spelunky is not a new game by any means, but it has recently, I believe a couple weeks ago, been ported to browser in all its original glory. I actually made another video about Spelunky at some point before this new version came out. It's an extremely difficult platformer, heavily inspired by roguelikes. It also has an obvious thematic inspiration from things like Indiana Jones. As far as I am concerned, Spelunky is a classic. I've spent hours playing this game in the past, although that hasn't made me all that good at it. You can expect to constantly die in this game unless you have godlike skill, or you're completely lucky. To descend through the caves, you have to make use of your trusty whip, as well as a limited amount of ropes and a limited amount of bombs. There is all kinds of other items you can find as well to pick up and use. They are, like the rest of the game, completely randomly generated. I don't think I mentioned that. All the levels in this game are completely randomly generated, so the replayability is through the roof. The graphics are the same as the original game, so as long as you don't mind 2008 or whatever it was graphics, you should have a lot of fun. There are hours of possible content you can get out of this game. It's of top quality, and I cannot believe it's now available on your browser. If you're going to take anything from this video, it should be that you should be playing Spelunky. Also, if you own an Xbox, there's a graphically superior version available to you on Xbox Live for a small price, I believe. But if you don't, fret not, this version is not too much worse, and it's a great game that you should be playing again. Well, that's all the games for today. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please subscribe and let me know. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.